Welcome back to Gabe Herman All-Star Sports. Now we have our host, Gabe Herman, and co-host, Rob Herman.
Thank you, Benji, for that beautiful introduction. Welcome back to Gabe Herman All-Star Sports. Make sure to watch for shout-outs at the end. And if you are enjoying the videos, make sure to have a like, drop a like and subscribe. Rob, how are you doing?
Good to see you, sir. Glad to be back with you.
And let's just jump right into this.
Sounds good.
Lakers had a very impressive weekend, in my opinion, and many people's opinions. They had two very important wins at the Milwaukee Bucks and the Los Angeles Clippers. Rob, which one do you think is more important for them?
You know, they're both important, but I think the LA Clippers has a little extra significance because same city, Kawhi Leonard went to the Clippers, so I think they feel good about that win, although both wins are pretty impressive, especially at this point in the season. So I think LeBron James has got to be feeling pretty good right about now.
Yeah, I'm not going to have to agree with you. Very impressed by the Lakers weekend, and if they can keep it up, they'll have a real shot at the finals. But I will agree with the Clippers. You know, at the beginning of this season, I was favoring the Clippers by far. But now the Lakers, they've proved themselves for something. You know, AD and LeBron, that's obviously a really talented team. And when you have a coach like Frank Vogel and a GM like Rob Pelinka, you know, it's so easy for that Lakers organization. They're just so good.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. The season turns into the playoffs pretty quickly, and then everything changes. So
we will jump into the NBA playoffs a little bit later down the road.
Sounds good.
And let's move on to our next topic, Tom Brady landing spots. I've narrowed my list down to 4. Do you have any opinion on this, or?
You know, I still think it's kind of unreal to think that he's going to leave the Patriots, but the reality is he's kind of flirting with this free agency stuff as if he's serious about it. So I have a couple of ideas. I still think the LA Chargers would be good for him because most of the time he lives in California, but I don't think they have the personnel around them to make it worthwhile. And Tennessee's kind of an interesting spot, but I still kind of feel like he's going to end up in New England, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I've narrowed my list down to 4. New England, Tennessee, Tampa Bay, and the Los Angeles Chargers. I just think that Tom Brady would really, you know, fit well with Mike Vrabel in Tennessee, and he wouldn't have
his old teammate, right?
Yeah, his old coach. He wouldn't have to do much of the work there. Derrick Henry's obviously a young phenom, and, you know, just take the load off of his shoulders a little bit. I think that would be a great spot for him, but on the Titans end of this, are they willing to give up Ryan Tannehill for Brady? You know, Brady only has a couple years left, and Tannehill, he could have 5, 6, 7, who knows how many more years. I know that Brady, it would be a great fit for Brady, but I just don't know about the Titans side of the organization.
Yeah, I agree with you, and you know, you're not sure you're going to get for Tom Brady. I mean, he's, what is he, 42 years old?
42 years
old. Yeah, and you see, you get maybe 1, 2 good years out of him. It's not really like Peyton Manning going to the Broncos because Tom Brady is a lot older, and he really did drop off in the second half of last year. Maybe that's personnel, maybe it's something else, but
he did have a elbow injury the second half of the season, which
that's true.
Did play a role.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, honestly, it's very interesting, and you know, he will decide soon. Free agency is coming up. There's obviously a lot of other candidates also, but he's by far the biggest one. It's gonna be interesting to see how this
high profile, good story to follow.
And now let's move on to something not so interesting. Well, it's pretty interesting, but not so happy. Domino effect of the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of dominoes could fall here, and some stuff could happen. March Madness ? Olympics ? You know, what do you think will happen here?
I don't know. You know, it's hard to say what this turns into. As we sit here now, it's kind of hard to imagine that March Madness is going to go off as planned.
Yeah, all these big tournaments, you know, we haven't canceled them in, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time, if ever. So I don't know. I think March Madness is at risk. Maybe the Olympics, by the time end of May, early June, the decision point rolls around, they'll say it's okay to kind of proceed, but we're kind of in uncharted territory, right, Gabe?
Yeah, they're looking out for the safety of the fans, the players, the coaches, personnel. They don't want anyone to catch it, no one to be hurt. and if it puts anyone at risk, then they will cancel it. But I think they will continue on with the Olympics. March Madness, I'm not so sure about. It's just coming into the United States. I'm not really sure about it. March Madness being canceled, but I could see the Olympics being canceled. Obviously, in Japan, they've had a large number of cases of the coronavirus there.
Yeah, it's a crazy time. We'll see what happens, and we'll keep you posted, right?
And now to the NBA playoffs. Can I get your prediction here? I'm very interested to hear this.
Well, I'm excited, even though I'm a Cavs fan and wanted the Cavs to be more competitive this year, which they do have back-to-back victories, but they're still not very competitive. For the first time in a long time, it's kind of wide open. Yeah, the Lakers and the Clippers and the Bucks are considered the favorites, but teams like the Raptors and the Celtics, maybe a couple other teams out of the West, are potential finalists in the conference finals. Who knows? But I'm gonna go with the Clippers and the Bucks right now, with an honorable mention to the Raptors and the Celtics in the East, who could certainly steal the conference title away from the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm thinking that the Bucks, I think they lost 2 of their 3 games. They were on a streak to win 70 games, but that may not happen. I'm looking at the Raptors to win the East here.
No kidding.
Yeah, I just think that's
good call.
Such a talented team.
They're deep, right?
Yeah, even though Kawhi Leonard left, obviously Fred VanVleet has been great off of the bench. Kyle Lowry is obviously, and Pascal Siakam, the most improved player of the year.
They've got a record on par with where they were last year with Kawhi, right?
But I'm still going to pick the Clippers out of the West to win the whole thing. I just think that they're too talented to win the whole thing.
Okay, yeah. I'd like to see what unfolds. I know you and I will be watching the playoff games together starting in April, so it'll be a fun couple months.
Very excited. Obviously, I'm going with the Clippers. They're just so talented.
They are. Kawhi is a pretty special player.
And now to March Madness, if it will even happen. Who's your pick here? Final Four, championship, Elite Eight. I want to hear this.
Yeah, I don't have that much predictive ability on all of this, but I do think Kansas is pretty strong, and there's a lot of teams that could win it, and it's been fun watching teams that haven't been in the news for a long time, like San Diego State playing so competitively, Baylor, but ultimately I think it's the Kansas Jayhawks that come through. What do you think?
I'm going to agree with you on that one, but there are still some other teams like San Diego State and Dayton. They could win it all. Number 3 in the country, haven't been there in a while. They have one of the best players in the country right now. They're just really hot off of the season, only with 2 losses. Baylor is on kind of a cold streak. They've lost a little bit. Kansas is obviously, like you said, probably the winner out of that competition, if it happens.
I think in some way, shape, or form, March Madness will continue. I don't know how it's actually going to play out with coronavirus or, if fans going to be watching. But I agree with you. Dayton, they're in our backyard because we're in Cincinnati. I love seeing Dayton be this competitive. I'm a UD fan because they're close to Cincinnati. Shout out to Coach Ted Fitz for being a former Dayton player. And so we're excited to see Dayton be competitive to the tournament.
Me too. Obviously, I'm in the finals. I'm gonna have to go Dayton and Kansas, but ultimately Kansas is just
great.
Perfect.
Yeah, sounds good.
And we're gonna move into a new topic here. You guys haven't seen this before. Rapid fire. We're gonna try and do 3 topics as fast as we can, and then we'll do shout outs, and then we'll be done. You guys won't have to be stuck watching us anymore.
I think they like it. We got to do it more frequently. We're getting a lot of fan mail saying we don't do it frequently enough. So, we'll be like part of the interruption and do it every day, right?
All right, Rob. We're going to have to do this as quick as we can.
Okay, let's go.
And we'll see how fast we can get through this.
Okay.
And by maybe in 2 years, 1 month, we'll see how fast our time is compared to this.
Okay, sounds good.
And to start off with our first topic, the Cowboys are sending Dak Prescott a new deal he hasn't accepted yet. What do you think of this?
I think you should accept the deal. It's a good deal. It pays him at the top tier of NFL quarterbacks. I think you should take the deal.
If the Cowboys think that Prescott is their franchise quarterback, they should go for it. Obviously, Jerry Jones and Dak Prescott's side have had a lot of arguments, but I think they should go for it.
Great.
And let's move to our next deal, the CBA proposed deal in the NFL to give the regular season one more game and an extra 2 playoff teams. Rob, do you think the deal will pass or no?
I think it will. I think the large percentage of players that don't make quite as much money as the stars want this because it's more money. I don't know how they feel about the health and safety playing an extra game or so, but I think it'll be fun to have more playoff teams, especially because I'm a Bengals fan and we got to figure out some way to get them in the playoffs at some point.
And they are saying the owners are going to say no to the deal so they can actually, do talks with the NFLPA about an 18-game regular season.
Wow, I saw that too. That seems like a tough sell, but we'll see what happens.
I do ultimately think the deal will pass. I don't like it, though, because it could put risk in the way of player safety, obviously adding an extra game in 2 teams.
More injuries.
But the owners, they care about the money. The fans will tune in for an extra game. I think it will be fun to see those teams go out for the playoff spots.
Yep.
Let's move off to our next topic, the MVP race in the NBA. Rob, who do you have, LeBron or Giannis?
Oh, it's a tough call. What LeBron's done at the age of 35 is extraordinary, but I do think Giannis is pretty dominant. So I'll go with Giannis, but it's close.
I'm going to go with LeBron here. He's had a remarkable season, in my opinion. He's just so good at the age of 35. I don't know how he does it, Other players like MJ kind of washed down by this point. A lot of great players washed down by this point, but he's still going strong. He's not the same like he was before, but he's still one of the top players in the NBA, and my pick for the MVP.
Okay, you heard it here.
And shout-outs, time for shout-outs. I would like to thank Ty Thomas, Brody Mays, and at Evan Leader 2019 on Instagram for helping me come up with this script. Rob, would you like to thank anyone?
I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank our producer, Benji. We've got a big production team here, a pretty big budget show. So thank you for all the support. Please keep watching.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Gabe Herman All-Star Sports, and we hope to see you next time. Rob, any last words?
Thanks, Gabe. Look forward to being back with you very soon. Great show, sir.